and some believed the things which were spoken, and some believed not. Acts 28, verse 24. Barakatha YaHaWah, Barakatha YaHaWaShi. Barakatha YaHaWah, Barakatha YaHaWaShi. Barakatha YaHaWah, Barakatha YaHaWaShi. Qadash YaHaWah, BaHaSham YaHaWaShi, BaHaSham Qadash. Double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth in its entirety, according to the Bible. Peace and salutations to the Akim out there pushing this truth all over the earth. And to the Akwith listening, Shalom. This is Brother Shema from the Pillars of Benjamin camp, right? And I started off there with Acts chapter 28, verse 24. And some believed the things which were spoken, and some believed not, right? And the reason why I'm going into this is I was talking with a family member, one of my family members, and we're talking about something. We're talking about America's military, right? And their ceremonies, national anthems, their flags, and the military, right? And what came into my mind was the precept, they covet fields, which is in Micah, I believe, Micah chapter 2. And he was going on about their America's military, and I said, well, and their symbolism and what they do and stuff, and I was like, well, the precept that came to my mind was Micah chapter 2, verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And I was like, that's what America does, man. I broke it down for them, they covet fields, oil, possessions, other nations' resources and stuff like that, and they take it by force, right? And they take away and they oppress, the people, whoever they conquer, they take away and they possess, they take away and they oppress the people of that whatever nation it is they conquer, right? And they oppress their heritage, and they impose their heritage, their way of doing things, their doctrine, their philosophies, their religions, their education system, whatever it is, they impose that, their way of doing things within wherever it is they conquer, I dropped that on him. I read the precept to him. I even showed him the precept, and he glazed over, right? And us in this truth, most high willing, we're of the elect, Us in this truth, we have family members, and he glazed over when I dropped the precept on him, man, right? And that's why I'm going into this today, because he glazed over that his eyes glazed over, and it was pretty much like, okay, I don't want to hear it, right? So once again, Acts 28, verse 24, and some believe the things which were spoken, and some believe not, right? This was the Apostle Paul, right? When he was preaching in Rome, right? And some are going to believe, and some are not. Some are going to believe, and some are not, man, right? And it goes back to fulfilling the prophecy spoken of by Isaiah, right? See ye indeed and perceive not. It's in Isaiah 6. Let's get it. Isaiah chapter 6. So some are gonna get it, some are not, man. And then again, it's not for everyone, right? It's not for everyone, right? Isaiah chapter 6, verse 9. And he said, let's read up to 1, verse 8 to get the pretext. Also I heard the voice of the Most High saying, whom shall I send, and who will I go for, and who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me, right? The prophet Isaiah, right? And he said, go, the Most High speaking, right? To Isaiah, right? And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not, right? So you'll see it, you'll hear it, but you're not going to grasp it. You're not going to understand it. When you see it, you're not going to hear it, right? Deaf and dumb, deaf and blind, right? Romans 11, the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Romans 11, right? And we love our family members, man, right? But it's just not happening, man. Romans 11, verse 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. The rest were blinded, man. You know what I mean? That spirit of slumber, that spirit of deaf and dumb, right? Verse 8. According as it is written, the Most High hath given them the spirit of slumber, right? So the Most High is the one that puts this spirit on of slumber, right? On family members, the 2/3, the other nation, right? Eyes that they should not see, right? So they're not going to see it. And ears that they should not hear unto this day. So unto this day, eyes that you should not see and ears that you should not hear, man. It's just not happening, man. And these precepts came in my brain, man. I looked at my family member and he glazed over, man. Tuned me out, right? Verse 9. And David saith, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. Right, we see it every day, man. Right, especially amongst the 2/3, man. Their major stumbling block is other philosophies, other doctrines. You know, some of them are caught up in Kemet, right? That's a stumbling block, man. Some of them are caught up in the white man wrote the Bible, right? That's a stumbling block. Some of them are caught up in Islam, right? Stumbling block, man. And David saith, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. Yeah, so it's a trap, it's a snare, it's a stumbling block, right? And they're just not going to get out of this trap, this snare, this stumbling block, man, right? Let their eyes, verse 10, let their eyes be darkened that they may not see, and bow down their back always, right? I want to get something real quick. Made me think, right? You know, one of the stumbling blocks I mentioned, you know, is and Jacob loves this one, man. The white man wrote the Bible, right? A precept came to my mind, man. Great was the company. Great. Psalm 68, verse 11. All right, let's get that right now, man. Psalm 68, verse 11. Great was the company that published it, right? And you're going to hear that, man. Oh, this, that, he wrote this, he wrote that. You know what I mean? The scriptures, the Holy Scriptures, man. Holy Scriptures. Psalm 68, verse 11. The Most High gave the word, right? Gave the word, right? Through his prophets, right? Great was the company of those that published it, right? Great was the company of those that published it, those that translated it, those that published it, right? Great was the company. Right? Anyways, let's get back to what we were saying here, man. Wisdom of Solomon 2, verse 22 in the Apocrypha. Wisdom of Solomon 2, verse 22. As for the mysteries of the Most High, they knew them not. Neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. Right? Deaf and dumb, deaf and blind, spirit of slumber, spirit of sleep. Right? Right, they're not going to know them, man. Right, that spirit of slumber is put on them, pursuant to Romans chapter 11, verse 8. Right, Right? The Most High is only the Most High is only dealing with his elect, man. Right? His elect hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded, man. Right? Amos chapter 8. The book of Amos chapter 8, book of Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Most High will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Khan. So the Most High reveals his secrets to his servants, his prophets, right? And in turn, his prophets, right, speak the word, teach the word, right? And if you're going to get it, you chances are you're one of the elect, man, because you're hearing that song, right? That song, pursuant to Revelation. Revelation chapter 14, verse Revelation chapter 14, verse 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song, but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth, right? The elect, the 144,000 being the elect, man, right? Most High willing, we're the elect. We understand that song, right? So chances are, if you're receptive to this word, right, you get it, right? Because pursuant to Matthew, YaHaWaShi tells the disciples, is given unto you to know the mysteries. Matthew chapter 13, given unto you, right, the elect. Matthew chapter 13, verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? Right, the disciples are asking YaHaWaShi, why are you speaking in parables, man? Right, these dark sayings and these mysteries that these people can't get, these people can't get their head around, right? And YaHaWaShi answered, he answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Khan, right? So only the elect's gonna get it, man. Right? Only the elect's gonna get it. Let's close out with these precepts right here. The book of John, chapter 12. Book of John, chapter 12, verse 37. But though he had done so many miracles before them, right? YaHaWaShi is doing miracles, and these Pharisees were not having it, man. But though he had done so many miracles before them, yet they believed not on him. Verse 38, that the saying of Isaiah the prophet might be fulfilled, which he spake, Lord, who hath believed our report? And to whom hath the arm of the Lord been revealed? Therefore they could not believe, because that Isaiah had said, right? Not going to believe, man. Right? They can't believe, man. Right? See and see not, hear and hear not, hear and understand not. Verse 40, he hath blinded their eyes and hardened their heart, that they should not see with their eyes, nor understand with their heart, and be converted, and I should heal them. So the only way you're going to get these precepts and get this understanding is if you're converted and you're healed by the Most High YaHaWah BaHaSham YaHaWaShi. Right? Converted and healed. Right? I got one more. Job chapter 12, verse 25. Right? And this is the state of the rest of them, right? The ones that ain't hearing, man, right? Close out with this one. Job chapter 12, verse 25. They grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man. Khan. So those that don't grasp this understanding, those that the Qadash ain't dealing with, right? Those that are not the elect, right? They grope in darkness, man. That darkness being no knowledge, no wisdom, no understanding, right? Right? Without light, that light being the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Right? Pursuant to Isaiah 33, verse 6. Wisdom and knowledge should be the understanding in thy times. Right? Shall be the stability of thy times. Right? and strength of salvation, right? But yeah, I pray you're edified. I just wanted to drop those couple precepts, man. You know what I mean? Call Allah YaHaWah BaHaSham YaHaWaShi BaHaSham Qadash. Right? Double honors once again to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone who teach well and rule well. Peace and salutation to the Akim out there pushing his truth. Right? Spreading this word. Teach, edifying the flock. Right? All over the earth. Kwame Asharala. Abad Babal.